Hey everybody, this is Erin Menard. I'm here with your tech and marketing tip for the week. Today we are going to talk about BoldTrail and how to set up your buyers with search alerts. So it's a great tool to be using inside of MaxTech powered by BoldTrail. It is how you're going to send out homes based on what somebody is looking at. So maybe you have a buyer that you're working with right now in Ogden between a certain price range. You can send homes to them based on that search criteria. So maybe they're looking for a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom between 550 and 650. So you can set up those emails where it's going to come from you as their agent. And when they click on the email and they're looking at the homes, it is going to go over to your website with more information about that particular property. So let's jump over. I'm going to show you how to use it, how to get in, and how to start getting your clients over on your website instead of going to Zillow to look for homes. So we're going to go over and we're going to go over to the contacts section on the left-hand side. You're going to be logged into MaxTech powered by BoldTrail. If you do not know how to log in, I have previous videos that show you how to log in. So go over to our YouTube channel and go look for the video that talks about how to log into BoldTrail, and it will show you how to. But we're going to go over to contacts. And we are going to go over and look for a contact. If they're not in your database yet, you can go up here to add contact and add a contact. I also have a video showing you how to add a contact in one of ours. So go and look for that video if you don't know how to add a contact. But we're going to go search for the particular contact that we're looking for. So I'm going to send it to myself so that I can show you guys what it looks like. So I'm going to type out Erin Menard. And I can search right here, but anytime when I'm in the CRM, I can search right up here on this search bar. I can search by their name, their phone number, their email address, or even their home address. But we're going to come down here and we're going to search for Erin Menard. We're going to come and we're going to select this first one. You could select it. So we're going to select that first one and it's going to pull up their profile. And this is going to be the profile of your contact about what's been going on with the contact. We're going to go over to the right-hand side and we're going to look for search alerts. I already have a search alert set up, but I'm going to delete this search alert and I'm going to say yes. And we're going to go set up a different search alert. So I am going to refresh my screen. And right here where it says search alert, we're going to go to add. And we are going to go over here to where it says search alert title. And I'm going to select Ogden Homes for Sale. And then where I like the dynamic subject line, that's going to change whenever you send an email to them. So every single time an email gets sent, it's going to change based on what the property is that you're sending them. So whatever is matching their criteria. I love the dynamic subject line, but you can also do a particular subject line if you want as well. So you can tell your clients, hey, I'm going to send you homes for sale. So look for the subject line, Ogden Homes for Sale, and it will have all the homes that are newly listed in that email. So you can also select the subject line and put in Ogden Homes for Sale or whatever you would like that subject line to be. Like click here for the homes that you're looking for or whatever you would like that subject line to be. I'm going to switch it back to dynamic subject line because that's what I prefer. And then the frequency, I like doing daily, but there's some options that you have. You have as soon as possible. If it's a very hot market, you can send them as soon as possible. So maybe the homes are flying off the market, they get listed and they are selling within a day. You're going to want to switch that to as soon as possible. They also have twice a week, once a week, twice a month, and monthly. I would say you are only going to want to select those if they're just casually browsing. And even at that point, people love to see homes for sale. Send that daily. They want to know what's being listed out there, any new homes, anything that's falling into their criteria. So I would say daily is great. Let's get them using your website, getting onto your website, looking for these particular homes. So we're going to send a frequency daily. Some people get a little bit scared about, is that too much? Am I emailing too much? And I would say, no, you're not. Okay. If they're really not looking for a home right now, I would maybe do once a week. But if they're looking for a home today and they are actively looking, you're going to want to put daily in there. And then email CC. This is where you're going to put the significant other. You could put yourself in here as well, but most of the time when I see people do that, agents put their own email in. the email CC. So that would be a carbon copy. It would send it to them as well. They come back in here and they remove it immediately after like a week because they're tired of getting all the emails. Because they're setting it up not for just one client, they're setting it up for maybe 20 clients, and now they're getting 20 emails a day. So, one thing to know is after you start sending these emails to your clients, you can actually go to their timeline and see the emails that you're sending. So, I will show you how you can see that afterwards. So, email CC, only put the significant other if you want them in there, and then areas. So, I am going to type out Ogden because I love Ogden. So if I were to move back to Utah, I would go to Ogden. So I'm going to send me some homes in Ogden. So I'm going to type out Ogden, wait for it to populate, and it says city and then Ogden, Utah. So I'm going to select Ogden, Utah. It grabs that. If I want to select another city, I really like South Ogden too. I can type out Ogden, wait for it to populate, and select city Ogden. If your client wants a particular school, you can come in here and type the school that they're looking for and then grab that school. You can also do this by middle school, high school, communities that they're looking for, or neighborhoods. So go ahead, type that area in and then select it. Another thing you are able to do is go in and draw on the map. So if they really wanted to move to the East Bench, you could come up here and you could go, it puts me in St. George because I think that's where I had my last search alert. So, but you could come up here into Ogden area and we could say, well, I want to draw on the map, and you could say, oh, I want all the homes in that East Bench area. And you could select all the homes up there. And then you could say apply selection. And then it would only send those homes in that selected area that you selected. I'm going to leave it open so that I can see all of Ogden, South Ogden, and North Ogden. And then listing types. This is where you're going to say the type of home they're looking for. So I'm going to do single family. You could come in here and grab townhomes and condos as well if you wanted to, or multifamily. I'm going to leave it at single family, and then the price range. So I'm going to say I'm looking for homes between 550 and 650. And then I'm looking for 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. One thing to know is I only like to do full baths. I don't really like to put in the half baths, so only full baths in this option. And then square feet. If they have a minimum or a maximum square feet that they're looking for, you can fill that in. If they want a particular acreage, maybe they want a little bit, maybe they want an acre. You could switch that up to an acre if you wanted to. I'm going to leave that open and leave the acreage open. You could do year built if you would like. And then there's other general options. So maybe that they're looking for a pool, or maybe they want some views, or maybe they want master on main. You could select master on main, or maybe they want air conditioning, 2-car garage. You can select any other criteria that they're looking for. I am going to tell you, if you do not see it here, you can go over to the add keywords and you could add it here, but this is really for more of a broad search if they're looking for it. They do have limited options here because whatever you see here, your consumer sees here. So if we have too many options here, they're going to get overwhelmed and they're going to leave your site and go somewhere else. So there are limited options on here. So if you really want to dive into a lot of options and your client is very particular, you might want to put those over on the MLS, but this is going to be for more of a broad option, get them starting to use your website if they're looking for homes. So at this point, I always like to save my work and look over it to make sure I did it correctly. So I'm going to save the alert. And then at this point, I can kind of browse and look at the homes and say, is this the homes that would match their criteria? And is this the homes that they're looking for? Maybe I typed in the wrong bedrooms or the wrong bathrooms. So I'm going to go through and look at it and I can see, I think this looks great, but I'm going to move it up to 700. I know that they can maybe go up to 700 and maybe they might see something in that 700 price range that they like better. I'm going to go up to the 700 range and then I'm done. It looks great. I know that it's good. I'm going to say save and send. And then that email is going to go out to my client at that point. As soon as I say that save and send, it's toggled on. So it's going to go out daily to them. And then if I select my name, Erin Menard, you can see the emails that are going out. So you can see I sent one just before this call so that you guys could see one right away. I sent an email and then you can see that I looked at it. So I actually clicked on the email, viewed the property. So this is what it looks like when it comes through. It has our nice logo at the top, has new listing matches, and it has large photos of the property and then some other um, properties that they might like, and they can click on those and look, and then it has your email signature. So as soon as your client starts engaging with the email and going over to your website to look for homes, you will see that. So just like you can see right here on the timeline, you can see that I viewed this particular property at 3120 Tyler Avenue. So you know your client's looking at that property and you can reach out to them and see if they have any questions. An easier way to see that is when you're on your dashboard, you can come down here and you can see right down here 24 minutes ago that I was on looking at this particular property. So that's how you set up search alerts, you guys. And it's so easy. You should be doing it with all of your buyers. You could even do it with your sellers if you wanted to just show them what's going on in their neighborhood. If you guys run into any issues, please reach out to my team and we're happy to help. Also, you can reach out to chat if you have any questions. Right down here, there's a little chat widget and you can talk to the support at BoldTrail. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.